Wolfpack Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Tuffy Talk here. We are really excited to be able to hang out with linebacker commit for the class of 2024. First commit in the class of 2024, Cannon Lewis from West Virginia, man. How are you, Cannon?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. I'm really excited to have you on the show. We're pretty pumped. For me, I'm a guy who's been really huge on the recruiting side of things for both, football,
sports,
basketball. I think it's really fun. And especially when you've seen how guys can, be where they are in high school and, blossom into blossom. Sounds kind of weird, but just kind of grow into being a great player in college and then hopefully going on to the pros. But this is really fun to me. So I really appreciate taking the time. I understand you, when we're recording this is Saturday, the April 8th, right after the spring game. You went to the game, right?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, and you drove back, and you're getting on this video call right now just to do a interview. How was the drive? Pretty good for you and your family?
Yeah, it was long, but it was good. It's always worth it to get
Yeah.
out there and hang out.
What is it, about 5-6 hours?
5.5, yeah.
5.5, yeah.
Yeah. What was the weather conditions? Did it really mess things up for you guys? What was that like?
Oh no, I mean it was cold and rainy, but it was all right.
Yeah, I hear you, man. That's a sweet hat too, by the way. I like
It's
that
old
hat.
school.
Yeah, that's
To
awesome.
get it. We stopped by Dick's before the spring game, and I saw it.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Well, cool. Hey, so for state fans, Cannon Lewis is it Ona, West Virginia,
Ona.
or where you from? Ona, West Virginia. And he's the first commit, like I mentioned, to NC State from Ona, West Virginia. I don't think a lot of times State doesn't really see a lot of commitments coming from West Virginia. So I guess, Cannon, what high school are you playing for in West Virginia?
Cabell Midland.
Cabell Midland. Okay. And what was, I guess, your time there? What does that look like? How you've kind of grown into the player you are now. What's that been like for you?
Well, it's been an adventure. I didn't play linebacker. I actually kind of ended up there on accident.
Yeah.
I wasn't there when they had established position groups. So I just kind of wandered on over to where the linebackers were standing my freshman year, and just kind of picked up on it and gained a little bit of weight. And my coach, Coach Salmons, he knows Tony Gibson. He's pretty good friends with him, and he goes up there every year for the coaches clinics that we do, because we run the 3-3-5 just like NC State does.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
While he was showing him film, Tony was asking him, who's that, and they were kind of interested, and so it just kind of started from there. And I've been talking to Tony for 2 years now. So
yeah,
he started.
That's awesome. Early. Yeah, I'm curious because with that, what I guess have you heard of what he thought about you on film and what stood out to him what caught his eye with you?
No, I didn't ask too many questions. I was just excited.
Yeah. No, I got you. That's pretty sweet. I guess what has the competition been like for you there at Cabell Midland, and how's that made you like your team, and how have they performed over the years since you've been there?
Well, as the competition side, always spend your earlier years getting beat up by the 18 and 19-year-olds on the scout team. So I think that helped out a lot, though. You got to get used to getting beat up on and hit a little bit. But we always have a lot of talent at our school. I think we're the second or first biggest in the state.
Okay.
And we're kind of a football program. We're not a big basketball school or anything like that. We have football, and so it's expectation is always very high. So there's always a lot of competition and a lot of winning gets done. So I'm glad to be a part of that.
That's cool. Yeah. So I guess with that, so you mentioned you were recruiting there. So you were playing there, and you got upcoming season for Cabell Midland. Is that something that's going to be? What's the competition looking like for you this upcoming season?
Within my position group, or just Like
I
a
guess
Just in
I get
general,
them
like
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
Greg.
just for like city, city championships, state championships, like
I mean,
kind of like what the predictions are looking like for your squad.
oh, okay, yeah. It's gonna be hard. We always stack our schedule up, and I don't like it to be blowouts aren't very fun anyways. But no,
No.
we play.
Yeah.
Our conference is probably the toughest in the state,
Mhm.
and last year was kind of disappointing. We lost a few games where we thought we should have won, and a few things didn't go our
Yeah.
way, and so we'll see all those guys again. And we scheduled an out of state team. I don't know if you know who Ironton, Ohio is.
No.
Well, they do a classic game every year, like an Ironton
Yeah.
Classic, where they bring somebody down. And this year it's us, and we don't know where we're gonna. We might play that game somewhere else and do like a neutral site game. So it'll be pretty cool. We got some teams coming down from up north, some of the bigger schools up there.
Cool.
So it'll be interesting to see how it all comes out.
Yeah. That's cool. You're playing
W-
from teams from sounds like from out of state too. That's cool.
With your team, do you play strictly linebacker? Or do you play both ways?
I get moved around a lot. On defense, it's always I can play any of the linebacker positions, but on offense, I come in at tight end, running back, maybe a little bit of a receiver at some point this year. That'd be fun. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of a utility player. Briefly, I played left tackle for a little bit in practice, so that was
Wow.
fun. But
So it sounds like to me though, from what you're talking, that linebacker has really been the position for you. So
yeah,
was it really anything that you really felt like was like a big learning curve to pick up? I mean, at what point did the light bulb go off for you in high school so far on playing the position?
I think the I think it was just learning to like you can't sit there. It's one of the only. It's like you have to go immediately and like the quit. You have to read the guards and follow the motion and the amount of preparation and film that goes up that that goes into being a successful linebacker as opposed to a lot of the other positions is like next level because there's a lot of stuff that you can pick up on in film and gain an advantage. Talk about like the pulling guards. That's a big thing. Um, some teams run a lot of motion to certain places, and I know if we get trips right or trips left, and we can look for this certain pass or this certain pattern that they like to come out in, or if they line up a like an H back or a lead back,
Mm-hmm.
that means the seam is coming. So I think a lot of it was just learn like the amount of preparation and what it took to
Yeah.
excel there and be successful.
So just kind of you just talking through it. It sounds like you're a football junkie. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I don't do a lot else.
That's
That's cool.
fair.
So has that? I mean, has that you feel like that's kind of setting you up well when you get into your senior year and then to ultimately to college where the competition is just so much better.
Yeah, I think it has. I've been I'm lucky to have a lot of coaches on our staff that's played in college, so they kind of
Mm-hmm.
set that standard and that expectation, especially being the middle linebacker. You're the quarterback of the defense. You got to know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on and you can't make the right call according to what the offense comes out in, then you're probably going to get beat. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a big part. And if you can be talented and have all the measurables and stuff, but if you're not going to watch the film and sit in the meetings and take all the notes in college, and you're going to get blown away because somebody's going to be faster.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I have, yeah, I know you're talking about the mental side of things, and that's huge. But I mean, like when you mentioned how you said when you're playing linebacker, you can't just sit there; you got to go. And when I watch your film, from like your 2022 season last year, on man, you seem like a guy who just flies to the ball and really embraces contact. Is that something that's more mental for you, or is it just something that's innate? Like you just gravitate to that kind of level of contact for you?
Um, I think it's a little bit of both. Because mentally, you got to be a little bit unstable to play linebacker. You got to you just fly in there and find somebody and take them out. But yeah, linebacker kind of came. a little bit more natural. It's like I've never been one to just like kind of sit back and watch like what's going on. I like to get back there and like quickly and you know just read your keys quick, and
Yeah.
I just can't
Well,
hardly
it's
sit back on my
instinctive,
heels for
right?
very long.
Yeah.
It's instinctive. It looks like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what do you enjoy more, blowing up a wide receiver or a running back?
It'd probably have to be a running back because I know he's in the backfield and he can see me coming. There's no like, yeah, I wasn't looking or anything. Like he's looking at me and I see him, and you just meet him in the hole. I think that's probably the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Before
So
we continue, I want to take a quick second to tell you about our sponsor, Flatlands Insurance Group, that has your whole world covered, with agents in 5 offices throughout eastern North Carolina to help you decide how much coverage you need. Offering policies for home and auto, recreational vehicles, commercial, crop, health, life, and employee benefits. They are able to combine options to find a comprehensive solution that works for you. Flatlands Jessup protects the things you love so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying them. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Flatlands Jessup. You can also visit their webpage at www.flatlandsjessup.com. So please make sure to go and check them out.
so with that, so you mentioned the recruiting side of things. You had offers. What I can see on online is you got obviously NC State committed there. There's like Toledo, Marshall, Eastern Kentucky. Is there any other offers there, or those are because I mean those are all really good schools. I'm just curious.
West Virginia is on there. West Virginia offered
Okay,
too.
cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. In-state school. Um, so what was the recruiting process like? When did you start getting college interest?
I think that was right after my sophomore season, and
Okay,
I had went to some camps my freshman year, but as more to just kind of get the feel of what it would be like and what to expect.
sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
And but after my sophomore season, I hit the first was WVU, and then after that, they
Okay.
offered there, and that was awesome. And on the way back, I hit Virginia Tech, and that was an experience. That was fun. And then I came back, and I didn't have a lot more camps scheduled, and NC State offered, and I just kind of I don't really want to just started to focus on regular football because once I had been up there, or my high school season, once I had been up there, because I'd been up
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
before
for
they had
sure.
offered a few times, I had kind of had my mindset that if this is what this is if this works out, this is where I situation for me, being that Coach
That's
Gibson.
cool. And you mentioned that your head coach has a relationship with Coach Gibson, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. How what's that relationship there? Is it just from college days or growing up? What does that look like?
I actually have never asked about that. Just somehow he knows him,
Yeah.
and I.
That's cool. I was curious because a lot of times in football, it is those relationships, and I feel like State really does prioritize having strong relationships and a family culture. And I'm curious if you already kind of started to see that a little bit yourself, even being committed, because I mean, you're the first guy, you're the first in this class. You're starting to kind of help lead that, you know, recruiting process from a commitment member, I guess, a class member. Have you sensed that already for NC State?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, every time I wouldn't like I haven't gotten this from anywhere else I've been, but like you walk in the door and everybody knows like, "What's up, Cannon? Like, how you been?" And they
Yeah.
know,
That's
they know
cool.
me and they know everybody I've brought with me, and it's like one after the other. Like every single person, you come up and sit there and talk to you for however long you want to talk to them, and it is. I have noticed that. That's one thing that's been big.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's
so you
awesome.
mentioned, that the coaching staff knows who you brought with you, and I'm assuming that's your family and so on and so forth. How has your family been through this whole process? Are they just kind of taking a back seat and let you do your thing and figure it out, or have they kind of just been, in lockstep with you?
Well, they kind of embraced letting me figure it out, but I think that they knew it was NC State before I did. Like when we
Really?
got up there, yeah, my mom was um, my mom loved that place. So the first time we got up there, she was like the entire time she was like, "Cannon, this is a nice school. This is awesome. I've never been anywhere like this. And, like this is
Was
this
she
is
kind of
good.
like,
I'm
kind of like,
"Nah,
kind of
yeah,
like prodding you a
no."
little bit? This is where you should go. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She had no objections, but
That's important.
That's awesome. Hey, I've heard the expression like you got to win mom, right?
yeah,
You got to win mom in the recruiting battle a lot of times. So I guess they won her over. That's good. That's awesome. Well, that's cool, man. I was just curious to get to know you a little bit, and we're gonna talk in the next episode more about NC State, how you fit in, what what that looks like, and
Your
but
experiences
I'm
on
just
campus. Yeah.
but I'm just kind of like wanting to before we wrap up this episode, just kind of give you some kind of rapid fire questions just to get to know you a little bit. So. And I'm just kind of spitballing this off my head.
I got
So,
a
Greg,
couple.
if you got
So,
any questions?
yep. Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
So, like, I want to go to the stereotypical question. So, like, favorite food?
favorite foods gotta be burritos.
Okay.
Oh, burritos. What kind of burrito?
Just like the biggest one that anywhere's got, and you gotta go for like something with like
There you
steak in
go.
it.
But like steak or
Steak, it's gotta be
chicken
steak.
or pork? What? Steak? Okay.
I mean, why not have some steak, chicken, and some shrimp in it? I mean, like
Yeah.
don't stop there with just steak.
Okay.
Hunting or
Greg.
fishing?
Probably
You're West Virginia. You gotta.
hunting.
What was that? Okay.
Okay. What do you like to hunt? Just deer? Or what do you like to hunt?
I don't do a lot of it, but I've been like a few times, and it was squirrel hunting, which was something in itself.
Oh,
It
man.
was always interesting.
My dad used to talk about me about how when he was younger, he would go and hunt squirrel. And my grandmother would make squirrel stew and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool. So then I guess just in general, what do you do in your free time? Maybe it's not a rapid fire question, but what's some fun stuff you like doing?
It's a lot of just football. Like I got school.
I was say I watch a film.
I go from we've already started like early like lifting in the morning as a team, and then after that I get a few of my buddies that are on the team, and we go back and we lift some more, and then you do some school, and then you go to bed and you do it again.
Yeah. Okay.
So since it's football, favorite NFL team? Are you a Steelers or
Bengals.
somewhere in Ohio? What's that? Bengals. Yeah.
All the whole time, not since Burrow and everybody's been there the whole time.
Burrow's been there,
I was about to say that's cool, man. So Chad Ochocinco, is he your guy, or who's like your favorite player from the Bengals?
I like Sam
Jermaine
Hubbard
Pratt?
a lot.
Sam Hubbard. Okay.
Yeah.
And you got
Pratt's an
Pratt
NC
there
State guy.
too.
That's why he said that. Or
Yeah.
BJ Hill,
Yeah.
right? I think is Hill's not with is he with the Bengals still?
Yeah, he's still with the Bengals. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember that.
Yeah.
So then, like, you got a favorite movie or favorite show?
Favorite movie is what is that? Shawshank Redemption. That's what it is.
Oh, oldie.
Man, good.
All right,
good,
that's a good one.
choice. I showed my wife that movie like a few months ago, and she had never seen it. She said, "This is a
I
really good movie." I was
discovered it
like,
on
"I know."
Netflix, and I was like blown away by it, man.
Yeah,
It sneaks up on you as a good
story.
one. Yeah.
Good story. Yeah, that's cool. So I guess Greg already asked you, like, would you rather have like I guess I'm gonna ask you this: would you rather have a big stop at the end of a game or like a pick six?
Probably a pick six, man. That's never happened to me before.
There you
Oh,
go.
really?
I don't
Okay.
get the ball in my hands very often. That'd
Okay.
be fun.
All right, cool. I don't know. I got any other questions, Greg. I mean, if you can think of any more, we'll probably wrap this up then.
Yeah, for this episode, I got a lot of stuff that I want to just know about what he thinks about state and all that. So, but I think that's a good stopping point right there.
Cool, man. All right. Well, hey, for Wolfpack Nation, thank you guys for checking in on this video, this interview here with linebacker commit for the class of 2024, Cannon Lewis. Cannon, again, really appreciate you having you on the show, man. And for the state fans, be sure to like and subscribe in this video and share it around with all the other fans or friends, so we can continue to build this community here at Tuffy Talk. And we're really excited for the football season coming up. Really enjoyed watching the spring game. And we will talk to you guys later. So as always, go Pack.